Good morning, JCT. How you guys doing out there? This is Jack and Kyle with the weekly safety mile with
Kyle
and Jack.
Wow.
So, hey, we're ready to get it done this week. Got a lot of cool things to talk about. Of course, we've always got the birthdays and the anniversaries and different things we want to talk about. What are you going to tell us about this week?
So after the birthdays and the anniversaries and all that business, I'm going to be talking about unassigned drive time. And Jack, what about you?
I'm going to talk a little bit about proper backing. You know, this time of the year, we kind of get into the Christmas spirit. We're thinking about home time, getting things taken care of for Christmas.
Yeah.
And backing procedures kind of tends to take the brunt of that, guys. We tend to, you know, we've had a few mirror scrapes and a few backing incidences, and I just kind of want to put that out there and kind of put a kibosh on that. And
so that makes you the Grinch. Is that what you're saying?
I guess so. I can be the bad guy. I'm pretty good at it. So, all right, well, let's hit those birthdays.
Yeah, guys, so happy birthday to everyone out this week. We've got Tanya Ann Elwell with a birthday, Jesus Sanchez, William Robles II,
There we go.
Philip Todd Rightly, Randy Boots, of course.
I think I saw Randy the other day.
Hey, all right. Scott Zane, Thomas Vance, Michael Stinnett, Jesse Williams, Shonda Alfred Moore, Charles Brichner, Jason Plyler, and Tony Arntzen. So happy birthday, guys. I
Yes,
hope it's a
happy
great one.
birthday.
It's going to be a great year for you. I'm positive.
All right, well, okay. I guess we'll get all Griswold here. It's almost Christmas time.
Yeah.
I say Griswold. I'm more like Cousin Eddie, but anyway, okay. Anniversaries. Okay, 1 year anniversaries. That's going to be Robert Watkins, Juan Ramirez, and Amy Peterson. Those are all 1 year anniversaries. Happy
Wow.
anniversary, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. 9 years. Going from 1 year to 9 years. How about that? And I know this guy here, Ronaldo Soto. What a good dude. He's been here a long time. Bill, that's 9 years. Billy Wilmer. 10 years, man. Also another 10 year. William Robles again.
Whoa.
He's on both lists this week.
That's crazy.
So that's pretty neat.
Whole
William.
decade.
Yeah.
Birthdays.
Now, big one.
Big one, yeah.
Big one. Ernest Hefner. 15 years, man.
15.
Congratulations, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us and doing what you do, man. We got a lot of good, talented drivers there on that list that get it done day in and day out. We appreciate you very, very much. All right. Tell us about that unassigned driving.
Yeah, guys, so I wanted to talk about unassigned driving real quick. So unassigned drive time, of course, as you guys know, occurs whenever driving occurs with your vehicle while you are not assigned to it, rather through Geotab or through your Qualcomm. In that case, of course, that time is going to be requested for you to react to it whenever you get logged back in. Now, if it is your time, of course, you're going to want to accept that as your own. However, if it isn't, you can reject that time and put in a good note there to make sure that we understand exactly what's going on there. But really, I wanted to talk about
Such like if your truck was in the shop or something like that.
Right. So if your truck is in the shop, likely that mechanic's going to be moving it in and out several times. You'll get some time accrued based on that, and you'll need to reject that time as your own because it's not, right? But let's just say that it is, and you just leave that unassigned drive time, like not you don't assign it to yourself or anything like that. Unassigned driving events, you know, they don't contribute to your overall hours, so they're just kind of sitting there. So that can mean that you're actually going over your allotted hours for each day, or even on your 70 if you don't actually assign it to yourself, and you could unknowingly or unwittingly be in violation. And things like that can, if you are stopped by an officer, look really, really bad, and in fact get you a violation.
Yep.
So I would say always make sure you are looking at that unassigned drive time as it comes across. Make sure you're being truthful with if it is or is not your time. Putting in a good annotation as far as what was actually happening with that movement there. And along with that, as far as helping us out, whenever you reject this time, we see that we get all of these reports, and it looks, you know, sometimes a mile long with unassigned drive time that we need to put somewhere, whether through the shop or to you. Something that you can do to help us as far as know where to assign that is to put in a good note into your Qualcomm. If you can please just message the office, let us know whenever you get back in that truck after the shop fixes it up and everything. We'll at least be able to see at that point you started driving, not before that point, right at that point. So that would just help us out to be able to have a distinct timestamp of when you're actually in your truck. That's going to be it for unassigned drive time. Again, just make sure you're rejecting that time if it isn't yours and accepting it if it is.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I'm gonna throw a little backing stuff at you guys. We are seeing a little increase in truck stop backing incidences and shipper receiver backing incidences, the stuff of that nature. So I want to remind everybody once again, if possible, avoid backing. If you're at a truck stop and you've got the opportunity to take advantage of a pull through, that might be a better situation for you to take advantage of that. It's definitely going to decrease the possibility of a backing accident. While choosing parking spots at truck stops, guys, we want to make sure that we choose the safest parking spot with the fewest hazards around it. I know a lot of times with the different safety systems we utilize, we want to park in the area that's most open and has the fewest hazards. One thing I would do personally is I do try to find a parking spot that does have a good space, but maybe if I do have to park next to a truck, I want to back in next to the truck where that truck that is already parked is on my left side. So it's on my driver's side, what we also refer to as our sight side. So while I'm backing in, I can see that truck in my driver's side mirror or by looking over my shoulder if necessary and see that. And then that way I have a space to my right. I mean, it don't always work out that way. We get what we get. Sometimes I fully understand and get that. But if I can back in with a blank spot, nobody parked to my right, then basically what I've done is I've set myself up that the next person that's going to come in and park next to me, I'm going to be on their sight side. So they'll be able to see me, and that's going to pretty much, I'm not going to say prevent possibly from being hit, but it could decrease it, because more times than not the truck that is hit or damaged is the truck that is on the right side, what we call the blind side of the vehicle when it comes to backing. That's the truck or the vehicle that's hit most usually, either truck or trailer. So guys, remember, if you are backing, always scan the area thoroughly before you start backing. Choose the safest backing location with the safest path. Remember to get out and look, use that goal. And here's the thing that really aggravates me most about backing accidents is how preventable are they?
100%, right?
Right. I mean, if you got to get out and look, get out and look. There's been times I've been backing into really tight docks where I had to climb in and out of the truck 10 times to make sure I could fit because it was super tight. You cannot get lazy or complacent. I hate using those words, but that is true. If you got to get out and look, get out and look, guys. There's no need to throw ego out on that deal.
Yeah. Make
sure you're doing what you got to do. So choose the safest site with the fewest hazards. Always, it's a good idea. Always have your four-ways on when you're backing. You need to let everybody around you know. Use your warning devices to let them know you're backing. Beep your horn before you start backing if there is pedestrians around, so they know what you're doing, and you grab their attention. You want to make that eye contact, right? And always back slowly. Back somewhere around 1 mile an hour. That way, if you do have a backing incident, the damage is going to be minimal or hopefully nothing at all. And like I said, it's Christmas time. Our minds are preoccupied. We're worried about home time, getting this load delivered and getting things taken care of for Christmas and trying to get home as well. And we tend to take our attention away from some of our daily routines, and some of our backing stuff tends to take the brunt of that. So just remind you guys once again, pay attention on your backing. Don't be afraid to get out and look. Use the goal. And if necessary, use a ground guide. But here's the thing with a ground guide. You have to have a trusted ground guide. Somebody that knows and understands hand signals. If you're going to use somebody that you do not know as a ground guide, take a minute, go over hand signals so you're communicating the same way. Keep in mind, if you're looking at somebody back there behind you trying to guide you in from 75 feet away, they better have the hand signals right. I've seen this happen many times at shippers, receivers, and truck stop. You always got the guy standing at the back of somebody's trailer, what I call the moan back guy. Moan back, moan back.
Yeah.
And then this is what he does for stop, right?
Yeah.
75 feet away, looking in the mirror, he goes from moan back to stop. 75 feet away, looking in a mirror, how much difference is that?
Not a lot.
Yeah, so I've seen a few fenders banged in that way. So
right, not to mention, like, the guy who backs up into something, he's the guy that's going to be blamed for the accident.
Exactly.
It's going to be on his record.
Yeah, the ground guy, they disappear.
Yeah,
they're like David Copperfield. Poof, they're gone. So, guys, just remember that. Also, keep in mind, it is holiday season. We're getting closer to Christmas. We are having those holiday parties out there. And so keep in mind, we're going to see an increase in impaired drivers. Mm-hmm. I kind of hate saying negative things like this, but we are going to see an increase of impaired drivers on the roadways, especially after hours after 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. Everybody out doing their holiday parties, Christmas parties, and that type of thing. So that you guys that are still out rolling at that time, be aware. Keep in mind that we see a lot of times impaired drivers run with their bright lights on. They don't like to turn their bright lights off, and they do tend to follow lights as well. So be aware of that, guys. Be prepared. Keep space around your vehicle. Stay on top of your space management. You guys take care. Be safe. Love you guys.
Yeah, guys, thanks again for tuning in. Of course, tune in every Thursday. Give us some comments. Give us a like. Let us know what you think. If you have any ideas or things we could cover, we'd love to hear it. And as always, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
One more thing.
My gosh, one more thing.
I almost forgot about Daryl Dunn. Daryl Dunn's been out doing reefs across America. Guys, go take a look at Daryl Dunn on Facebook. Maybe we can try and get some of his pictures and download them to the JCT page.
Yeah.
He's delivered a lot of reefs to a lot of the national cemeteries. I think he hit several throughout Georgia. I think Millbridge was one of his main ones he hit.
That's awesome.
Delivering reefs for all of our fallen soldiers. So guys, go in and take a look at Daryl Dunn and a lot of his pictures. They're pretty cool, very impressive. Almost forgot about that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Take care. Be safe, guys.
See ya.